Yeah, and I can say firsthand how well that service works. And to help you with the, let's call out IBM here with some good news. The second order effect
Yeah.
of the Quad9 service is that it is now a default in our DNS Harmony product. So even the free users of DNS Harmony that can basically aggregate protective resolvers in real time, Quad9 is on that list by default.
Awesome.
And one of the things that I just was doing a little research project yesterday, and I noticed that there's an incredible correlation between all the threat data that Quad9 blocks and what clean browsing does, another provider. So I'm like, I wonder if Daniel Sid is using Quad9 as a source because it's
Well, I mean, this is not uncommon. I don't know if they use this as a source or not, but it's not uncommon that there's a lot of threat data sharing, where one company will buy from another and basically not say anything, right? So that's fine. I think that's a great idea that sharing, and it's sort of um, ultimately the best sources will start to bubble up to the surface. It will become obvious to you who's got the broadest coverage. The broadest coverage isn't necessarily the best coverage, though. And we have some really fascinating insights on the threat intelligence providers that we have, although we don't compare them against each other, because there are some threat intelligence providers who only give us a really small handful of domains. It might be a couple hundred domains, every day, fresh new domains that they give us, that don't generate a huge amount of blocks. However, when we really look at them, we find out that these are, very targeted spear phishing campaigns, or they're very far in advance. They've discovered something very far in advance. So it's incredibly difficult to qualitatively compare a domain or a threat protection event against another. And so we've learned that it's there are some that are have an enormous amount of blocks, but they're all very noisy botnets, right? So the value of those might be relatively lower, although I can't say that for certain because I don't know what bad events would have occurred because of it. But you can see that there are lots that have huge amounts of blocks, and there's some that have few. But I don't know if those are any better or worse than each other. And our goal is to see if we can aggregate all of those together. And that kind of, like, somebody using Quad9 as a source, as an example, but great. If you want to embed Quad9 into the product, we actually completely encourage that. All right. So, and again,
right.
with Atom Networks, we're very thrilled to have that as a default. But yeah, it is interesting to see some of the data showing up on various lists and how long it takes and things like that.